Justin, you just recently launched a reading program for any inner city students. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, the book club is just a chance for me to share my hobby, share my passion with the kids. I do a lot of reading in my off time, and so it was something I think a good message to get to the kids, to show them a different side of reading outside the books that they might be reading in school, and just to get the message out there that, this is a good time for them to take control of their lives.
Did you ever have a teacher maybe in your upbringing that really had this impression on you to give back into the community?
I think it was just my schooling. I went to Catholic schools, and they're all about the work we were doing in the community, not just the work that you're doing for yourself. And so it's just part of my background.
Do you think as an athlete, people lose sight of how important it is to have an educational background?
Yeah, definitely. Being a professional athlete, education isn't always stressed. There's different environments. Obviously, North America is a special environment where education does have some importance. But for me, and this was part of the message I was getting to the kids, for me it was important in my development and how I got here today, and I wanted to share that message with the kids.
What books are you reading with them?
We have a wide range of books. We picked 5 different books, and they're from different genres. We have The Giver. We have a book called Every Day. We have a nonfiction book about a guy named Westmore. And so they're just, different genres, things that the kids might not be reading in school, just to show them that reading can be fun in some other ways.
Any significance behind choosing those books? Why were they special to you?
The Westmore book was special to me just because I read a lot of nonfiction. And, his story was about growing up in the inner city and how he became a Rhodes Scholar. And how small decisions in his life led him to where he is, and he could have went down a different path. And so I thought that was a very resounding message, and one that I wanted to share with the kids.
What are you reading currently these days?
I just finished Sir Alex Ferguson's biography, and so I thought that was cool just because that's my team. Manchester United's my team that I support, and I loved reading about his relationships with some of the more famous players.
Jamo, back to soccer. I guess last week against the Galaxy, you played on one of the bigger pitches in the league. This week it's one of the smaller ones. How have you guys adjusted in practice to deal with that?
Yeah, the staff's done a good job of bringing the pitch in a little bit smaller so we get a good sense of what it's going to be like. The field crew's been amazing with that, helping out with that. And, we've talked about playing a little quicker tempo. Once their defense gets settled in, it's going to be hard to break down, so we want to move the ball quickly.
Time on the ball's already at a dearth, I guess, in the professional level, but with a smaller pitch, I'd imagine that getting the ball out of your feet faster is probably one of the biggest keys of the game.
Yeah, definitely we've talked about moving the ball faster and just decision-making, when to go forward and when to keep the ball and stuff like that.
Do you feel like you've settled in back to left back after playing at right back for so long, or is it still kind of a work in progress?
Yeah, it's always a work in progress. I'm always looking to get better. Obviously, the last performance wasn't great, so I'm looking forward to getting back on the pitch.
Going up against Frank Lampard probably on Saturday or on Sunday. What sort of challenges does he pose to you that maybe weren't there the last time you guys took on New York? Do you expect the same kind of physicality or maybe a little bit more movement?
Yeah, I definitely expect the physicality. Lampard from watching him, he can hurt you in so many different ways. And so combining with his teammates, they're going to bring something special. But we've played them 3 weeks ago, so outside of him, we kind of know what they're going to bring, and we were practicing for that.
It's been kind of a strange year in MLS with so many big star players coming in, guys like David Villa, Kaká, and Lampard and Gerrard, Pirlo. And have you felt perhaps the level of competition increase? Have things been harder this year in terms of marking some of these star guys?
I think the thing that I notice the most is week to week. Each team seems like they have some high-level star. There's not a drop-off where you're playing high-level competition one week and maybe not the next week. We played some good guys last week, and next week we're playing very good guys as well. So I've noticed a difference in that way.